How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the New York Jets franchise on Madden 20. My name is Football Fan Forever, and I've got Week 2 action for you here. The Jets, after their victory over the Texans in the season opener, travel to Tampa, Florida to take on the Buccaneers. New York put together an outstanding defensive effort a week ago. They sacked Deshaun Watson 6 times. And they also received strong efforts from young safeties Stephen Donnelly and Marion Mariov. Donnelly in particular has a chance to break out in today's game against the Texans, so we'll keep a close eye on his play as we take on another team loaded with offensive firepower. On the offensive side of the ball, the Jets leaned heavily on their ground game a week ago. Anthony McFarland going over 100 yards in the season opener. And with rain forecasted for the entirety of the afternoon here, we'll see how often they lean on the running game in today's matchup today. The Jets have deferred to the second half. Greg Zuerlein is ready to go. Week 2, this kick sailing over the head of kick returner Sidney Dudley out the back of the end zone. So Brett Rypien will take over on his own 25. Number 11 takes over where number 12 left off. Rypien starting this season after the retirement of Tom Brady in the offseason. Despite having a bevy of offensive weapons, Tampa Bay only scored 10 points in their season opener as Leonard Fournette carries on the right side, first down, no gain. There's Eric Armstead, who had 2 sacks a week ago. The Buccaneers really hit in the draft. They took right tackle Delvin Autry, who slides over to the left side in the second round, but their first round pick was spent on left end Landry Walker. We'll see him in a few moments. But first, here's Tampa Bay facing a 3rd and 12. Time for Rypien firing over the middle, and despite tight coverage from James Delgado, there's a first catch on the day for Mike Evans. This will be a test for the secondary despite the driving rain, trying to cover the likes of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and O.J. Howard, not to mention Rob Gronkowski. Will be a challenge, but Eric Armstead is committed to stopping the run. His second tackle for a loss on 2 carries. As this Jets defense, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, they've got a young secondary, particularly at the safety level. Rookie Marion Mariov joins second-year safety Stephen Donnelly, and we'll see how well this secondary holds up in pass coverage here today, as it's another 3rd and long for Rypien early on. He's in the shotgun. Ronald Jones to his left, setting his feet, firing downfield. That catch is made. O.J. Howard. He got behind Blake Cashman, and Rypien starts 3 of 3 through the air. They're in New York territory on their first drive. Now going to the air on first down. There's a check down to Fournette, and he'll be driven backwards by Donnelly and Lattimore after a first down. 2nd and 10 after a first down run goes nowhere. Receiver in motion, handoff goes to Fournette, and again there's nowhere for the bruising running back to go. Eric Armstead again on that tackle. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, and it forces another 3rd and long for Tampa Bay. 4 wide receivers in the set. Time for Rypien firing to the left sideline, and that is knocked away from Evans. Excellent play by Levi Wallace to jar that one, and now they get into it on the sideline there. Tampa Bay will be forced to punt. We saw what LaMarcus Albert was capable of in Week 1, 18 of 27 for 222 yards, 2 scores, and 1 bad interception. We'll hope that he can keep the turnovers to a minimum here today, as the first down handoff goes to Willie Sparks of the I formation for a gain of 6. We'll keep an eye on how many carries Willie Sparks gets in this one. He was banged up a week ago as Albert to the air on second down. Crowder can't hang on. It's not often he drops those kinds of passes. But with the rain coming down, you wonder how hard it is to get a good grip on the ball. As 3rd down handoff, Anthony McFarland slips through a tackle, picks up 7, and moves the sticks for the Jets. He will be the primary back behind Willie Sparks. As we'll see how well the Jets are able to move the ball on the ground today. There's a lot of strength on the defensive line and a lot of range from those linebackers. This is a difficult front seven to move the ball against on the ground, and with the elements being what they are today, that might prove to be an Achilles heel for the Jets, as LaMarcus Albert is having a hard time getting a grip on the ball. 3rd and 10. 2 wide receivers to the right, Crowder to the left. Steven Sims in motion. Albert back to pass, rolling to his right, firing over the middle, and I'm not sure who that was to, but it nearly was picked off by Devin White. The Jets will have to punt. Albert starting 0 of 3 through the air today, and the Bucs will get the ball back. Facing a 2nd and 6 from their own 27. 2 tight ends on the left side of the formation. There's Fournette, and he runs over Marion Marioff to the 34. That's his best carry on the day. 1st down, Tampa. 3 tight ends on the field on 1st down now, and firing over the middle, that's knocked away. There's Stephen Donnelly in coverage. Nice play by the strong safety, and that will force 3rd and 6. Ripien back to pass, and he'll take a deep shot up the left seam, knocked away. There's Levi Wallace again. 4th down, Tampa. They punt back to the Jets. Not a lot going for either offense thus far, as Henry Brazel gets the carry up the middle, and that was close to being a lot more than the 12 yards it was. 1st down, New York. Excellent running lane there for the bruising 2nd-year back. Albert to throw on 1st down, and that was dropped, looking for Kaderil Hodge, and again way off the mark. 3rd and 10, New York. What do they dial up here? 3 wide receivers on the right side of the formation. Willie Sparks out of the backfield looking up the seam, and Christopher Herndon can't hang on. A very slow start to the passing game. Albert has yet to complete a pass. Some of his have been off the mark, but he's also been the victim of uncharacteristic drops, and the Jets go 3 and out on their 2nd drive. However, Tampa Bay can't get much going on the ground. There's a short run for Ronald Jones that gets just 1 yard, 2nd and 9. Differing offensive strategies thus far. Tampa Bay going to the air quite frequently, and it's working for them. New York has been running the ball a lot more effectively. Already 11 passes for Ripien, but neither team able to get much past midfield thus far. There's a 1st down, deep play action for Ripien, taking a shot to the left sideline, and again that's knocked away by Levi Wallace. His 3rd pass breakup in the 1st quarter. 2nd down. Everybody going deep. Time for Ripien stepping up in the pocket. He's got all day to throw. Now he chucks it downfield, and it's caught. That's the longest play we've seen all day. Zach Pastel coming away with that one at the 40-yard line. And there's time for one more play in the 1st quarter. Here's Jones. He breaks a tackle and falls ahead. Excellent effort to pick up the 1st down there. And that will take us to the 2nd quarter with Tampa Bay on the edge of field goal range. Normally you can trust your kicker from a bit further out, but with the way the wind is blowing here in Florida, it makes it difficult to kick consistently. So this ends up being a big 3rd down. More play action for Ripien, and he's sacked! Stephen Donnelly gets through unblocked, and Tampa Bay is forced to kick for a 3-0 lead. The Jets haven't been able to move the ball hardly at all. No yards through the air. They've been completely one-dimensional thus far. But on a 1st and 15, there's an excellent carry for Sparks. He'll gain 11. 2nd and 4, 2 tight ends on the right side of the formation. Albert back to pass. He'll take his shot downfield, and that is intercepted. He's picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting, and here's a return. He breaks a couple of tackles, juking his way to the 38. It looked like Kaderil Hodge just got boxed out on that interception. Tampa Bay with excellent field position, and Ripien will start this drive in the shotgun. Jones to his right, Ripien back to pass. Taking a deep shot down the left side, and again that's knocked away. Blasson Austin knocking that one away, as this secondary is contesting all kinds of passes. 2nd down, handoff to Fournette, and again he is met. Quinion Williams the first one there. Caleb Von Chazen and C.J. Mosley bringing him down. 3rd and 8. Ripien's taking a lot of shotgun snaps. He's back to pass, firing over the middle, and that is caught O.J. Howard to the 24 as Tampa Bay converts another 3rd and long. Now facing a 2nd and 9, Ripien out of the offset pistol. Fournette behind him, and Ripien again back to pass. He'll swing it out to the right side. There's Leonard Fournette falling ahead over James Delgado for a gain of 5. 3rd down Tampa. They're inside the red zone, and they will probably throw the ball again. They've been going to the air quite a bit, and this is a conservative pass. That won't be enough. Marshawn Lattimore on the play, and Tampa Bay will be forced to kick another field goal to extend their lead to 6. The Jets defense is playing pretty well, but their offense has yet to complete a pass. And here's a short completion, just a gain of 5. That's Albert's first completion as he starts 1 of 7 through the day. The rain definitely making it difficult not only to throw the ball, but also to catch it. At least the ground game is working. Anthony McFarland up the middle for 17 yards. I love the burst that he's brought to our running game. I think him and Willie Sparks are making a solid 1-2 punch. And on 2nd and 10, here's a handoff to Sparks. There's a nice gain of about 5 to make it 3rd and 5. Spreading out the field on 3rd down, Albert alone in the shotgun, directing traffic as the play clock winds down. He's back to pass and will take off and run, sliding down at the 33-yard line. Albert making plays with his legs when he can't with his arm. 1st down, New York. They're on the edge of Greg Zuerlein range here. 1st down handoff will go to Sparks, and he missed his lane just a little bit. That will be a short gain of 2 to set up 2nd down. Bunch formation on the right side. Albert in the shotgun, Sparks to his left. Albert retreats and fires downfield. There's Sims to about the 23. And that will set up 3rd and inches and bring fullback Keelan Culver into the game. Sparks will follow him and will have just enough for the 1st down. Daniel Moran, last year's 1st-round draft pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is in on the stop. And that will make it 1st and 10. Albert protected. He fires to Ryan Griffin at the 5-yard line. Excellent throw, and that sets up 1st and goal for the Jets. In the shotgun, LaMarcus Albert tries to take off, and he will take the contact at the 3. A hard hit there. 2nd and goal. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Albert adjusting the play call at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap and rolls to his left, and down he goes. Vitavia breaking through that interior, sacking Albert back at the 15, 3rd and goal. Albert taking the snap. He rolls to his right. Someone slipped downfield. Albert just heaves this one to the end zone. Out of bounds. Really a throwaway more than anything. And that will send out the field goal unit. This from 32 yards away. Greg Zuerlein left hash. Snap is good. Hold is good. And the kick is left. Wow. Greg Zuerlein doesn't miss many kicks. And that's a chip shot for someone of his stature, but New York still with a goose egg on the scoreboard as we're inside 1 minute here, and Tampa Bay, starting deep in their own territory, have to start using their timeouts. Here they face a 3rd and 8, 1 timeout off the board. They have 2 remaining, firing to the left side, and that is contested. Marion Marriott knocks that one away, and New York will get the ball back with just 27 seconds left. They do have all 3 timeouts, but their passing game has not been working very well. This is a quick check down to McFarland. He's tackled out of bounds after a gain of 5. 22 seconds to go. Conservative look for the Jets. Just 2 wide receivers on the field, but a big hole for Anthony McFarland as he will pick up 12. New York using their first timeout with 17 seconds to go. How aggressive will New York get here? Play action on 1st down. Someone wide open downfield. There's Kadarrell Hodge inside the 40 to the 37. This is a long field goal from here. But New York with 1 more timeout, 11 seconds on the clock. They've got a couple of shots to try and get closer, and they will as Albert finds Kadarrell Hodge down to the 17-yard line. And New York will use their final timeout to set up Greg Zuerlein for a 34-yard attempt. He missed from 32 earlier. Similar conditions, but this one is right down the upright. 6-3 Tampa Bay as we head into halftime. It is a low-scoring affair here in Florida as neither offense has been able to move the ball very consistently thus far, but there are other games around the league that have more exciting scores as the Panthers improved to 2-0. They take down Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins to hand them their first loss this season. I'm guessing the AFC East race will be just as competitive this year as it was a year ago. Can the Jets win the close games like this one? They do start the second half with the ball on their own 25. LaMarcus Albert still a quarterback, and he'll hand off to Willie Sparks, who has about 9 yards on the ground. The run game is working quite well for the Jets thus far. That sets up a 2nd and 1. Same formation on second down. Another handoff to Sparks and a first down. He runs to the right side and will pick up 13 yards on his 8th carry. He was limited after an injury a week ago that kept him to just 9 carries. Here is number 9 for Willie Sparks, right up the middle, and he bounces back up. He's almost to 50 yards on the ground, and the Jets will need him to play at his best if they want to move the ball well. The run game certainly working a lot better for them than the pass game as a blitz off the edge. Edwards getting to Albert. He never saw the cornerback coming, and that will force the Jets to punt. Tampa Bay starting deep in their own territory. Here's a handoff to Fournette, and he's dragged down by Delgado after a gain of 6. Just 2 yards a carry for the bruising running back as this Jets front 7 has been swarming the ball carrier. And that's meant that they've had to throw the ball a lot more, but that's intercepted. Blasson Austin, and he will score a 17-yard pick 6 on just a bad throw from Brett Ripien. And Austin actually holds on to an interception. And we'll take another look at this to make sure he did indeed catch that ball before it hit the ground. And there is no doubt about that one. That is an interception and a lead for the Jets, 10-6 off a defensive touchdown, as this defense continues to be the calling card of the New York Jets this year. And Tampa Bay is struggling to get the ball moving in the second half. There's a drop for Howard to set up 3rd and 8. Ripien back to pass, slips, sets his feet, fires to the left side. It's a check down to Howard, 3 and out for Tampa Bay, and they'll have to send out Bradley Pinion to boom it away to Boston Scott. He puts a lot of leg into this one. Scott will retrieve it from his own 7-yard line, starting to the right side, spinning his way, cutting to the left sideline, making a man miss, and there's a 23-yard return up to the 30-yard line for Boston Scott. This New York special teams unit, although they missed a field goal earlier in the game, has been helping them win the field position battle in a game where every yard counts. This might come down to who can make the least amount of mistakes. As LaMarcus Albert looks to take off on 2nd and 4, he'll turn upfield and taken down hard at the 42-yard line. Nice job there by Landry Walker to catch one of the more maneuverable quarterbacks in the league. As on 1st and 10, Albert on the read option, he'll call his own number and will be tackled at the 41. 40 yards rushing for LaMarcus Albert, as he has not been afraid to take off in this game thus far. 1st and 10, now he'll fire over the middle. Daryl Hodge again. Albert has been attacking that part of the field, and now he's up to a 50% completion percentage. On 2nd and 11, Bucks bring pressure. Albert counters to Sparks, and they're all over that one. A gain of just 3 as Albert hits the 100-yard mark here late in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 8 as Albert rolling. He's got all day, sets his feet, fires for Hodge, and it's another grab for the wide receiver. This time he hauls it in front of Carlton Davis and gets the better of the positioning there. 1st and goal, New York. That's a risky throw from Albert, but it pays off as on 1st and goal, there's a 5-yard scoring strike to Jamison Crowder. We haven't heard his name a lot these last couple weeks, but he comes through to give the Jets a 10-point lead and set up Greg Zuerlein for another kick. And this one just misses Another missed kick for Greg Zerline. The lead remains at 10 after a very nice drive from the offense. As they did last week, the Jets will be leaning on their defense to help protect a lead as Fournette bounces this one to the outside. He's thrown down. Marion Mariov finishing up what Levi Wallace started. This will force Tampa Bay into a 3rd and 7. Four-man rush from New York. Ripien firing to the right side and well off the mark for Jones. And it's another 3 and out for the Tampa Bay offense. They have not looked comfortable in the second half. Marcus Albert settled down after a horrid start, completed all 4 passes on the previous drive, including a 5-yard scoring strike to Jamison Crowder. What can he do on 2nd and 8? The shotgun looking to the left side. There's Jamison Crowder with a very short catch, gain of 3, 3rd down forthcoming. A lot of shotgun snaps for LaMarcus Albert in the second half here. He'll survey the field. Willie Sparks to his left. Crowder slot right. And Albert takes off to run. He's pursued by Barrett and will be rushed out of bounds shy of the marker. New York will have to punt it back. Maybe Tampa Bay will try and run the ball a bit more here as the passing game hasn't been working. Nope, it's more play action. Ripien firing short. There's the first catch on the day for Gronkowski as he's pushed out of bounds after a nice gain there. Gain of 8 to make it 2nd and 2. Leonard Fournette in the game as Ripien is under center. He'll hand off to Fournette and bowls his way through Mosley and falls ahead. A great 2-yard gain to move the sticks. That's the kind of presence that Leonard Fournette brings to your team. He's just going to keep his legs moving and earn every single yard. As Austin nearly had another one. That would have been another pick 6, but it slips through his fingers. 2nd and 10. Brett Ripien able to reset with 5 wide. Now he'll fire up the left side, and there's a catch made in front of Marion Mariov by Mike Evans. An excellent grab in traffic as he's only got a couple of receptions thus far. On 2nd and 4, Ripien back to pass. Blitz is brought. He'll fire to the left side. The catch is made by Zach Pascal. Tackled immediately, but not before he picks up the first down. Tampa Bay from the 24-yard line. Ripien looking to the left side. Catch is made by Jones. He stiff arms Wallace and is tackled at the 17. Facing 3rd and 5 from the 19. New York showing double-A gap pressure. They bring 6, and Delgado gets through unblocked. Sacked back at the 28. James Delgado with his 2nd sack in as many games, and that will bring out Kaim Fairbairn for a 45-yard field goal attempt into the wind. And he doinked this one. No good, and the lead remains at 10. We're already in the 4th quarter here, just 9 minutes to go. This game has been speeding by, or so it seems. New York keeping the ball on the ground on 1st and 10. There's the 6th round pick, Reggie Bishop, getting close to the marker. 2nd and inches. Willie Sparks checking in. He'll follow Culver. Nice block from the fullback, and that will get them 4 yards and the first down. Clock continuing to run. We're inside 7 minutes here. New York content to run the ball up the middle, and why not? It's been working for them. 12 carries, almost 60 yards for Willie Sparks, and they'll face a 3rd and 1. Handoff to McFarland, and he slips a couple of tackles, nearly gets the first down, but will be tackled a yard short by Antoine Winfield Jr. But the offense will stay on the field for 4th down. They converted a similar situation a week ago. Keelan Culver in the game. Willie Sparks behind him. Hand off to Sparks, and he's met behind the line of scrimmage. So the call to go for it backfires. Now Tampa Bay taking over on their own 43-yard line. They've got plenty of time in a 2-score game, and Brett Ripien firing over the middle. There's another catch for Evans. He's wrapped up after a gain of about 9. 2nd and 1. 2nd down handoff goes to Jones. There's Quinion Williams on the stop. 3rd and 2. Heavy formation on the field. Leonard Fournette in the I formation. He's met by Delgado, bounces off a tackle, but Kel Kohler and C.J. Mosley combine to bring him down. And what does Tampa Bay do here? Bruce Arians will keep the offense on the field. Kind of a must-have conversion here for Tampa. Three-step drop for Ripien, looking for Evans, and that's broken up. What a hit by C.J. Mosley. Turnover on downs as the captain of this defense comes through once again. What a hit on Mike Evans. He just lowered the boom and showcased excellent range. Gets a great jam on Howard, then returns to his coverage and lowers the boom on Mike Evans, and that will give the Jets a chance to run out the clock here. Just over 3 minutes to go. 2nd and 5. Anthony McFarland getting the call, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Little room there. Hill runs right into Nick Vigil. 3rd and 7. Still ahead of the 2-minute warning here. This is a big 3rd down. Marcus Albert, well protected, firing, and that's knocked away. Nowhere close to Steven Sims. New York has to punt. They go 3 and out, and they send out Braden Mann. A chance to pin Tampa Bay deep. Mann has been good at this all year. And this one goes out of bounds at the 6, so 94 yards for Tampa Bay. Just to get to the end zone, they need 10 points. They have precious little time to do it. 1st and 10, looking to the left side. Excellent adjustment made. There's Evans on the catch at the 2-minute warning. Does Tampa Bay start airing the ball out a bit more? They've taken a lot of shotgun snaps here in the second half, but haven't really stretched the field. Short and intermediate routes are what Ripien seems to be most comfortable with. He's not hit the 200-yard mark in the air, and with 1:41, Tampa Bay facing a 3rd and inches after using their first timeout. Ripien in the shotgun, and it's a draw to Jones. He barely gets it. Eric Armstead was all over that. And now Tampa Bay has to go hurry up. Clock inside 90 minutes. It's another draw, and Jones gets away. He accelerates and is taken down by Donnelly with a touchdown-saving tackle. Clock continuing to run. We're just over a minute. 2 timeouts for Tampa Bay. Ripien firing a check down to Jones. This will get some yards, but he's tackled in bounds. And Tampa Bay saving their timeouts. Only 43 seconds to go. They get this play off, firing to the right sideline, and Pascal is down in bounds. At 30 seconds, they'll finally take their second timeout, but this is looking more and more like a victory for the Jets. It's a 2-score game. Tampa basically needs to score a touchdown very quickly for a chance. And on 2nd and 9 is another draw to Jones. I don't know what they're thinking. That's a really conservative call, and with 19 seconds left, they've used their final timeout. 3rd and 6, Jets basically trying to prevent a Hail Mary here, although the Bucs aren't even in Hail Mary formation. Ripien over the middle, and that's knocked away from Evans. Tight coverage by Blasson, Austin, and Levi Wallace. 4th and 6. Tampa Bay cannot stop the clock. Look for a quick out route past the line of scrimmage to get them a fresh set of downs. It's a draw? And they don't get it. I mean, even if they did, they couldn't stop the clock. I am just dumbfounded by that 2-minute drill. Wow. The Jets escaped with a 16-6 victory. And yes, the defense played well, but it kind of feels like the Buccaneers didn't put themselves in a position to win. Someone should be fired after that abysmal 2-minute drill. Wow. But I don't want to overshadow the defensive effort in this one. They played really well. We completely shut down their run game and forced them to be one-dimensional on offense. And that forced them into a style of play that just kept them checking the ball down. Brett Ripien was not very aggressive forcing his passes even when the game was on the line. So that meant that we were able to sit back and cover 3 for most of the game. We were aided by the elements, but we contested a whole bunch of passes, and we held them to under 250 yards of total offense. So I will call that a victory for our defense. We are ranked number 1 in the league by total yardage at this point, and I'm very excited in seeing how that holds out for the rest of the season. I think this defense has a chance to be a real strength for the team. Things weren't super pretty on the offensive side of the ball, but it wasn't too far off from our normal game plan. The rain didn't affect it that much. It just meant that we weren't able to make a couple of plays that we'd usually make. But our run-first approach is continuing to work, and it leads us to another victory here today. I was impressed with LaMarcus Albert. Yes, he had a pretty rough start to the day, but he settled down, made the big throws that we needed him to, and was able to pick up some yards with his legs. And this is the area where I think really sets LaMarcus Albert away from Sam Darnold. If this is Darnold out there struggling to throw the ball, he's a one-dimensional passer. He's pretty mobile for a quarterback, but he's still a one-dimensional passer and not really a threat to run. LaMarcus Albert was able to take off, extend plays, and just pick up some extra yards for us and really give our offense a chance to be dangerous when the ball is in his hands. Stephen Donnelly does get his development upgrade. I'm very excited to see what he can do for the rest of the season. I think he's kept a really strong grasp on that starting role. He's had at least one pass breakup in every single game thus far, and he's playing well above his ratings. Mekhi Becton gets an upgrade as well. Our interior offensive line has been a strength for us. I love running behind Benjamin Burks and Tyree Phillips and Mekhi Becton as well. And we also get some more awards for this team. Blasson Austin's pick 6 was not without recognition from the league. He wins AFC Defensive Player of the Week in Week 2, while Kirk Cousins throws for 6 touchdowns for the Vikings. They're off to a 2-0 start. As we take a look at our opponent for next week, it is the Atlanta Falcons. They're still quarterbacked by Matt Ryan. Matty Ice is 36 years old, doesn't have the arm that he used to, but he still puts excellent touch on all of his passes, and I think he'll be another test along with Julio Jones as the Jets look to get off to a 3-0 start. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I will catch you next time. Have a good one, everybody.